Wait, isn't that your barren ex-wife? How does she have 4 babies? You know what's funny? Sometimes the person who breaks you becomes the reason you discover how strong you really are. My name is Maya, and this is the story of how I went from the woman everyone pitied to the woman who walked into my ex-husband's baby shower with quadruplets and made his new wife question everything. But before I start, I need you to do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. Give this video a thumbs up and drop your country in the comments below. I love knowing where you're listening from. Thank you. Now, let me take you back to the beginning, because every ending needs a proper start. And my story? It starts with a man who made me believe I was broken. His name was Derek. I was 24 years old when I met Derek. He was everything I thought I wanted. Tall, handsome, confident. He worked in tech, made good money, drove a nice car. When he proposed after 1 year, I said yes without thinking twice. I thought I was the luckiest woman alive. The problem started on our honeymoon. We were in Hawaii, beautiful beaches, perfect weather, but Derek spent the whole time on his phone. Working, he said. I told myself it was fine. He was building our future. I could be patient. 6 months into marriage, Derek's brother had twins. On the drive home from the hospital, Derek asked, "When are we going to start trying?" "Soon," I said. "Let's just enjoy being married first." "I don't want to be an old dad," he said. So we started trying. Month 1, nothing. Month 2, nothing. Month 6, nothing. Derek wasn't patient anymore. "Maybe you should see a doctor," he said one morning. "We can both go," I suggested. His face went cold. "I don't need to go. My family is full of kids. My brother has twins. There's nothing wrong with me." The way he said "me" made it clear. He thought the problem was mine. So I went to the doctor alone. Blood tests, ultrasounds, internal exams. They poked me, scanned me, tested everything. 3 months later, the results came back. "You're perfectly healthy," the doctor said. Very fertile, actually. I was so relieved, so happy. I called Derek immediately. "Babe, the doctor said I'm fine. Everything's perfect." Silence. "That's good, Maya," he said flatly. "This means you should get tested too, just to rule everything out." "Drop it, Maya. There's nothing wrong with me." He hung up. That's when I knew. He would never get tested. He would never admit the problem might be him. It was easier to blame me. And for the next 2 years, Derek made my life hell. Maybe if you ate healthier. Maybe if you exercised more. Maybe if you weren't so stressed. Every month when my period came, Derek looked at me with disgust. Like I had failed him. Like I was broken. Month 12. Another negative test. I was sitting on the bathroom floor crying. Derek opened the door, looked at the test, sighed. My brother's wife had no problem. Twice. Then he walked away. I sat there alone on that cold tile floor, and I believed him. I believed I was broken. I believed I was failing as a wife. But here's what I didn't know. Derek was hiding something. Something that would change everything.
2 years after the divorce, my friend set me up on a blind date. His name is Marcus. He's a teacher. Just meet him for coffee. I almost said no, but I said yes. Marcus was different from Derek in every way. He listened. He asked questions. He cared. No pressure, no games, no lies. Just kindness. On our third date, he opened up. I was engaged once. She left me for someone with more money. I'm sorry. Don't be. It taught me what real love should look like. 6 months in, I told him about Derek. The blame, the shame, the affair. Marcus didn't pity me. He got angry for me. That man was a fool, he said. 1 year later, we were watching a movie. Marcus turned to me. Marry me. No ring, no setup, just honesty. Yes, I whispered. We got married at the courthouse. Simple, perfect, real. 3 months after our wedding, I felt strange. Nauseous, tired, different. I took a test. 2 lines appeared immediately. Pregnant. After years of being told I was broken, I was pregnant. I called Marcus at work crying. He rushed home. When he saw the test, he cried too. Week 8, first ultrasound. The technician got very quiet. Is everything okay? I asked. She smiled. More than okay. You're having quadruplets. What? 4 babies. All healthy, all perfect. I stared at that screen. 4 heartbeats. 4 miracles. Me, the broken woman, pregnant with 4 babies? Marcus squeezed my hand. Derek's family needs to know about this. Why? He showed me his phone, a Facebook post from Derek's mother. So excited for our first grandbaby. Baby shower this Sunday. The comments were brutal. So happy Derek finally found someone who can give him a family. His first wife couldn't have kids, but God had better plans. They were still blaming me. 2 days later, I got a text. Hi, Maya. This is Jess, Derek's fiance. We're having a baby shower Sunday. You're invited. No hard feelings. I stared at my phone. They wanted me at their baby shower? To parade their baby in front of me? Marcus read over my shoulder. They want to humiliate you. I know. So let's show them the truth. I smiled and texted back. I'd love to come. Congratulations. Are you sure about this? Marcus asked. I'm sure. I put my hand on my very pregnant belly. At 14 weeks with quadruplets, I looked 6 months along. I'm not going alone, I said. I'm bringing proof. 1 week later, we pulled up to Derek's mother's house. I was wearing a fitted dress. My belly was impossible to miss. Marcus held my hand. Ready to rewrite their story? Ready. Sunday, 2 p.m. We pulled up to Derek's mother's house. Balloons everywhere, pink and blue. My heart was pounding. Marcus squeezed my hand. You've got this. I rang the doorbell. Derek's mother, Patricia, answered. Her smile was fake and tight. Maya, you came. Thank you for inviting me. Her eyes dropped to my belly. I watched her face change. Shock, confusion, anger. Are you pregnant? Yes. How far along? 14 weeks. Her jaw clenched. How nice. She didn't sound like it was nice. We walked into the living room. Decorations everywhere, gifts piled high. About 30 people, all staring. In the center sat Derek and Jess. Jess was glowing, very pregnant, maybe 7 months. Derek had his arm around her. They looked happy. Until they saw me. Derek's face went completely white. His eyes locked onto my stomach. I watched him do the math in his head. Maya? His voice cracked. Hi, Derek. Congratulations. Jess looked confused.
Maya, you came, and oh my gosh, you're pregnant. She seemed genuinely happy for me. She didn't understand the tension. Yes, this is my husband, Marcus. Marcus waved politely. How far along are you? Jess asked excitedly. 14 weeks. The room went completely silent. Everyone was staring now. Patricia pushed through the crowd. So you remarried? Her voice was cold. Yes, 2 years ago. And you got pregnant right away? About a year and a half after we married. She crossed her arms. Interesting. You and Derek tried for years. Nothing. Now suddenly you're pregnant? The accusation was clear. She was saying I lied before, that I kept Derek from being a father on purpose. Marcus tensed by my side, but I stayed calm. You're right, Patricia. Derek and I did try for years. So what changed? She demanded. Everyone was listening now. This was the moment they'd been waiting for. The drama, the confrontation. I took a deep breath. What changed was my partner. Patricia blinked. Excuse me? I got tested during my marriage, multiple times. I'm completely fertile. Always was. Derek stood up. Maya, don't. Derek has severe oligospermia. Gasps around the room. What does that mean? Someone whispered. It means very low sperm count. Natural conception is nearly impossible for him. Patricia's face went red. That's not true. Derek has medical records from 6 years ago, before he even met me. I pulled out my phone, showed the documents. He knew the whole time. He let me believe I was broken, let everyone blame me when he was infertile. Jess stood up slowly, her hand on her belly. Derek? Her voice was shaking. Is this true? Jess, baby, we can talk about this later. If you're infertile, Jess's voice was rising, then whose baby am I carrying? I held up my phone. One more thing before we go. The room went silent again. I'm not having one baby. I'm having 4. Quadruplets. All conceived naturally, all healthy, all growing perfectly. I let that sink in. Patricia's mouth fell open. Derek looked like he might throw up. So you were right, Patricia. Something did change. I looked directly at her. I found a partner who could actually give me a family. Turns out, I was never the problem. I took Marcus's hand. Congratulations on the baby, Jess. I truly hope he's Derek's. I paused at the door. But if he's not, call me. I know a good lawyer. We walked out. The door closed behind us. We heard shouting inside, but we kept walking. Marcus opened the car door for me. How do you feel? I smiled. Free. But the story doesn't end there. Because 3 months later, Derek sent me a message, and what he said changed everything. 3 months after the baby shower, everything fell apart for Derek. Jess demanded a paternity test. The baby wasn't his. She'd been seeing an ex-boyfriend around the time she got pregnant. She called off the wedding, moved out, left Derek alone. 6 months after that, Derek sent me a message. Maya, I'm sorry for everything. You were right. I knew about my condition before we got married. I was ashamed. I blamed you instead of facing the truth. I hope you're happy. I showed Marcus. Are you going to respond? I thought about it. All those years of pain, all those nights crying, all those moments believing I was broken. I deleted the message. No, some people don't deserve closure. 2 months later, I gave birth. 4 healthy babies, 3 girls and 1 boy. Emma, Sophia, Olivia, and Noah. They were perfect. Every single one of them. Marcus was there for every moment. He cut their cords. He held them first. He cried happy tears. He was everything Derek never was. Patient, present, loving, real. A year after my babies were born, I got a call from Jess. Maya, it's Jess. Can we talk? I almost hung up, but something made me stay on the line. I'm sorry for what happened at the shower, she said. I didn't know about any of it. It's not your fault. I need to tell you something. After the paternity test, I did more digging. Derek's mother knew. What? She knew about Derek's infertility. She's known for years. She blamed you anyway because she didn't want anyone to think her son was defective. My blood ran cold. She let everyone blame me on purpose? Yes, I'm so sorry. I didn't plan what happened next, but 2 weeks later, I was at the grocery store. I turned the corner with my cart, and there was Patricia. She saw me, saw my shopping cart with 4 car seats, saw my 4 babies. Her face went white. Maya. Patricia. She stared at my children. Quadruplets, she whispered. Yes. I heard. I didn't believe it. People were starting to stare, recognizing the tension. Patricia's eyes filled with tears. She said, I'm sorry. For what, exactly? I asked. For blaming me? For letting your son destroy me? Or for knowing the truth and staying silent? She flinched. Just told you? She did. Patricia reached toward one of my babies. I moved the cart back. Don't. Maya, please, I was protecting my son. You weren't protecting him. You were protecting your pride. My voice was steady, calm, strong. You let me believe I was broken. You watched me suffer. You knew the truth, and you said nothing. Tears rolled down her face. I'm sorry. I don't forgive you, Patricia, and I never will. I pushed my cart past her. Wait, she called. Can I at least meet them? I stopped, turned around. These are my children, Emma, Sophia, Olivia, and Noah. They have one grandmother, Marcus's mother, a woman who loves me, who supported me, who never made me feel less than. I looked Patricia in the eyes. You don't get to be in their lives. You don't get to pretend you didn't cause damage. You made your choice. Now live with it. I walked away, and I never looked back. My name is Maya. I'm a mother of 4. I'm married to a man who actually loves me. I'm the woman who proved that being called broken says more about the person saying it than the person hearing it. Derek spent years making me believe I was worthless. But I wasn't worthless. I wasn't broken. I wasn't defective. I was just with the wrong person. And the moment I left him, my real life began. Sometimes the people who hurt you do you the biggest favor. They show you what you won't accept anymore. They show you what you actually deserve. Derek thought he was inviting his broken ex-wife to humiliate her. Instead, he invited the woman who would expose his lies and walk away victorious. So that's my story. What would you have done? Would you have gone to that baby shower? Let me know in the comments. Hit subscribe. We post stories like this every day. Stories about justice, karma, and truth. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.